The archaeological discoveries at the ancient city of Enzar in Israel. An intriguing journey is being taken by a group of archaeologists in the vicinity of the Israeli bank of the Mediterranean as they investigate an old environment that may soon be destroyed by the construction of a new road. Their unwavering commitment to unearthing the relics of a bygone era may bring about a sea change in how we comprehend the development of civilization. There have been astonishing findings made in the vicinity of Israel, which calls into question our knowledge of the country's affluent past due to the presence of trade routes. Recent excavations in Israel's coastal plain have uncovered evidence of a settlement that dates back to the early Chalcolithic period and underwent a significant transformation. The historical city of Enzar, which was found for the first time in the 1950s, is currently being revealed as a magnificent metropolis that is on par with New York City. At present, Enzar is located in the southern Levant, which is a region that encompasses Jordan, Palestine, and Israel, and which can at times also include sections of Syria, Lebanon, and the Sinai Peninsula in Egypt. Archaeologists continue to find the place fascinating and significant in their work. Hi everyone, and welcome to Uncovered History. Today, we find ourselves on a dusty plain near the Israeli bank of the Mediterranean, where a group of devoted archaeologists is beginning an exciting journey that will require a great deal of expertise and stamina. They have no idea that this historic environment is on the verge of undergoing a dramatic change due to the impending construction of a new road, which will cover up its mysteries for the benefit of future generations. But before that can occur, these specialists are resolute in their pursuit to unearth the relics of a long-lost past right here on the ground. And what they find here might completely change the way we think about civilization in general. You need to understand that Israel was once a thriving economy and that its bountiful terrain was traversed by centuries-old trade networks. An incredible find was found by experts here, and it entirely rewrites everything we thought we knew about society 1,000 years ago. The discovery was made in this precise location. But that's not the end of it. The ongoing excavations have uncovered evidence of a settlement on the coastal plain of Israel that dates back to the early Chalcolithic period. Archaeologists have been gradually revealing the mysteries of this town, which underwent a startling alteration over the years. In the 1950s, archaeologists made their initial discovery of the ruins of the ancient city of Enzar. However, it will take a significant amount of time before archaeologists can fully understand the importance of this site. Now, they are finding a gigantic metropolis that is quite stunning. In fact, some people have even compared it to the city that used to be New York. It is believed that life first emerged in the southern Levant millions of years ago, about the time that people began to populate Eurasia after migrating out of Africa. During that time, this area was covered in thick vegetation and offered a setting that was just right for the establishment of the first human communities. The Jordan Rift Valley is the location where archaeologists unearthed some of the oldest human bones that have ever been found in this region. But before we get into those ancient treasures, let's investigate the illustrious history of the southern Levant, shall we? In 1917, the British acquired control of Palestine, which resulted in the foundation of a territory known as Mandatory Palestine. Today, Palestine is acknowledged as a location that holds tremendous political and historical significance. Despite this, tensions between Jews and Arabs grew to the point where they eventually led to the establishment of the State of Israel in 1948. The region known as the Southern Levant is significant to all three of the world's most prominent religions, since several biblical events took place against its setting. Because of this, archaeologists are keen to obtain a deeper knowledge of this sacred text, which makes the region an important location for their research. Because of the hard work of the IAA throughout the years, several truly extraordinary sites, dating back to prehistoric times, have been uncovered. Because of these discoveries, we now have access to a lot of information regarding the Earth in its more ancient incarnation. Since its founding in 1948 as the Israel branch of Ancient Artifacts and Display Halls, the Israel Antiquities Authority, IAA, has been at the forefront of efforts to unearth and preserve the historical treasures that are located across the region. In addition, the IAA has participated in efforts to prevent archaeological artifacts from being destroyed by large-scale construction projects. In one particular instance, archaeologists carried out excavations in the Sharon Plain, which is located on Israel's Mediterranean coast, before the construction of a new road junction. 2 years later, they presented the astounding results of their investigation, which turned out to be the remnants of an old metropolis that astounded them. During the excavations, this city, which will be referred to as NSA from here on out, was found. Its scale and size were staggering. Reports indicate that the presence of relics at the NSA site was first reported in the 18th century, but it was not until the 1950s that systematic excavations were initiated at the location. Dr. Usart Paz, who is also one of the project's co-directors, recently gave an interview to the Times of Israel, in which he discussed the importance of this discovery. The National Security Agency, NSA, was discovered by roughly 300 specialists working under the direction of 15 commanders. They discovered a large city that covered approximately 160 acres. This ancient settlement dates back to the early Bronze Age and was established somewhere around 5,000 years ago. It is the oldest and largest settlement of its sort that has ever been excavated in the southern Levant. In October 2019, archaeologists working in Enzar unearthed some astonishing discoveries that provided insight into the city's long and illustrious history. They discovered a large number of public buildings, some of which were substantially fortified, ensuring the safety of the town's residents. The renowned archaeologist Elad, from the International Archaeological Exploration Association, spoke to Horrors magazine, emphasizing the significance of these discoveries. The citizens were even buried in a designated location outside the city, under the watchful eye of a thick protective wall. These discoveries present us with a comprehensive picture of early urbanized towns, illuminating all of the important aspects of these communities. Enzar possessed all of these things, including streets, burial caves, domestic structures, walls, and public buildings. In addition to this, the archaeological team found indications of broad commercial relationships. Surprisingly, the people of Enzar most likely did not communicate with one another vocally. Nonetheless, their pottery remains proved connections as far away as Egypt and the Jordan Valley. The evidence suggests that the Enzar culture was a sophisticated and well-organized one, unlike anything else that existed in the southern Levant during that period. It has even been compared to one of the most technologically advanced and contemporary megacities by certain people. In the joint statement that we issued in October 2019, we made the audacious assertion that Enzar was the early Bronze Age New York of our region. Enzar was described as a cosmopolitan and meticulously planned city with thousands of residents. As the scientists dug deeper into the remains, they discovered signs of an even earlier community, dating back to around 7,000 years ago during the early Chalcolithic period of the 5th millennium BC. This older town was already a big urban region in its own right, according to the archaeologists, and it served as a precursor to the city that would form in later years. We appreciate you watching. If you found this video entertaining and would want to view further fascinating accounts from the past, be sure to subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell to ensure that you are kept up to date at all times.